Hey y'all. So I'm doing another heart video today, surprisingly, right? Um so today's video is gonna be about something I haven't even talked to the people around me about. It's not even a public thing that I've even just put out there, honestly. This one's gonna be kind of hard for me to express because of the simple fact that I'm still kind of struggling with it, and I don't like that I am. I honestly thought that it was something that I was over, but honestly, it's not. So I do remember my last video, I was saying that what I went through prompted me to do some things that wasn't healthy for me, and still kind of doing those things, and I'm kind of sad about it because I kind of wish that it would just be over with. But it's honestly, I don't know how long it's gonna take or what it's gonna take in order for me to get up and just be like, okay, this has to be done with. So I'll just start from after that situation, because that's when everything happened. So first I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I'm dealing with. I've dealt with an eating disorder for the past 6 years. And for a little bit, I was like, it died down for a long time, but not fully. I thought it died down for a long time, but talking to a therapist, I've learned that it hasn't. And I just need, I don't know what I need, but I'm basically just gonna talk about like my experience with it and everything that I've dealt with as far as having an eating disorder and which one. So I have anorexia nervosa. So I was previously diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. I will tell y'all exactly. I'm gonna just get into the story. So basically, I was in a foster home from my last story time, and after that foster home, I moved around for a little bit, got really depressed, lost a lot of weight, which I'll put a picture here. And honestly, then I didn't see it as an eating disorder or anything along those lines. It was just like a coping mechanism, if that makes sense. Like, I was just really depressed. I wasn't taking care of myself at all. And just like I said, eating was one of those things that was like a coping mechanism. It was something that I could control at the time, because I couldn't control the situation that I was in. But I did end up going downhill pretty bad. So after a while of me just moving around from place to place to place, because it was never a consistent thing or a long time place, I eventually got into a long-term foster home. And that's where everything kind of went like completely downhill. So I was in this foster home for like a few months. It was going great. Eating was fine. Everything along those lines was fine, right? So I don't know, something came up. Like, I don't know what it was. I think it was court. I happened to deal with court. And I remember just sitting in my room all day watching videos about eating disorders. And then I came across, the whole Anna thing in, group chats. Eventually got into a group chat on Instagram, and we basically encouraged each other, which is kind of sad. We basically encouraged each other to, not eat or only eat so many calories, or basically we would just be in there talking about what we shouldn't do as far as eating, calories. If we felt like we ate too much, we would tell each other, you got to go, get rid of that now. So that took me to where I was in my room and all the windows, I even had something underneath my door, blocking the door because I was so depressed. I laid in bed for days, y'all. Like, didn't get up for nothing, like nothing at all. Didn't have no food, none of that. So, I remember one day I did order Hydroxycut Hardcore off of Amazon. And I got that package in the mail, and my foster parents, they never went through my mail. They just brought it up to me and then left. Which they did come in and check on me. I will say that. They came in and checked on me, make sure everything was fine. They did know that I was in there, I was really depressed just about the whole situation. And I was just taking those pills every day, barely sipping water. It was even days where I was just swallowing the pills. And then at night, while everyone was asleep, I would be up exercising, like nonstop for hours and hours and hours. And then I think that my caseworker came over one day and wanted to come in and talk to me. And he came in and seen that Hydroxycut, and he was like, what's going on? And, I didn't really want to talk to anyone or anybody. So they ended up putting me in a psych facility because I was just really depressed. And like I said, going downhill. And they didn't like seeing me like that, so they ended up putting me in the psych ward. At this point, they still didn't know anything about my eating disorder. That foster family actually did not take me back, and that was on me because what foster family wants to deal with stuff like that? None. So, I ended up staying in the psych ward for a few days, and then another foster family took me. And at this point, I went to them, and still, like with the whole eating disorder thing, I went to them, and I ended up actually being admitted to a hospital for about a month. I was there for about a month. And it was the worst, one of the worst times I've ever been in when it comes to treatment. It was 3 meals a day, 3 snacks a day. Eat every snack, eat every meal. If you don't, you drink this thing called why can I not think of it? It's called not Pediasure. What the hell? I don't know, but it was a drink supplement. I really don't remember the name of it because I fucking hated it. And I knew that it was going to make me gain weight. And it was like eating a meal. I wasn't allowed to get up and walk around my room. I wasn't even allowed to, be in the bathroom by myself because they felt like I was going to exercise in the bathroom. Or I couldn't go in the bathroom after, I think, 30 minutes to an hour after I ate because they counted that as, you can go in there and purge. It was just no privacy at all. I had someone in the room with me at all times. It was just the worst ever. And then I ended up leaving there and going right back to that foster home, and I ended up doing outpatient. I had a dietitian and met with a psychiatrist, which I think only went to one appointment, and then I think that was just the end of that. And then after a while, I think I went back to the psych ward again because, I don't know, y'all. Something just literally took over me. It was something that I just couldn't control. Like I said, eating was a control thing to me. Not eating was a control thing. And it was something that I could actually control. So, and a lot of people did not understand that. Like, the people that was around me, they did not understand. A lot of people think it's a stereotypical thing. They think that people of color isn't. they think people of color isn't able to experience these things or go through these things because, you know, people of color make it seem like you're not able to be upset, you're not able to be sad, that the things that we go through, being the color that we are, we're supposed to be strong through it all, right? Sorry, y'all. After the assault, I wasn't able to control where I stayed, where I laid my head, where I ate, where I changed my clothes. I didn't get to control any of that. So it was kind of hard for me. Sorry guys. So yeah, it was very hard for me to be able to, you know, keep moving forward or to just be okay, basically. I don't know what that is in my head, but yeah, so basically I don't want to make this video long today. I just want to get it out and over with. And the reason why I really am making this video, it's not even just because of me, it's because of the people around me, people out there like me, people out there that isn't like me, have probably never even been through anything I've been through, and still is going through eating disorder. Now I see a therapist, so I am getting help, so it's not like I'm sitting here trying to like talk and be like, oh no, don't do it, or, you know, things along those lines. I'm not saying that. But I can say that I am getting professional help now for it. So if you guys did question that, that is something that I'm doing. I'm getting help. And this time around, I'm actually accepting the help. It's not something that I'm like, oh, another treatment, oh, another therapist, or another psychiatrist, or another dietitian, here we go again, all over again. No, this time I can actually see that it's different. The people that I have that's helping me, I love dearly. I love to death. But basically, never ever recommend anyone going into an eating disorder group chat, because it's just going to completely take you downhill. It's just going to make your situation worse. As far as the psych ward, in order to like leave, you had to at least eat something, because they felt like not eating was self-harm, which it is. But in their eyes, it's more like you're self-harming, you're not ready to go. So me, and them not knowing anything that I was doing, I would just, you know, eat dinner, go take a shower, and literally purge while I'm in the shower. So they didn't know that for a long time, and then I ended up leaving. My caseworker actually ended up finding out, and I remember them taking me to treatment. So that really like fucked up my head, because it was like, wow, you're going to sit here and force me to eat, even though I really, like, I don't want to. I couldn't have my phone. They didn't allow me to have my phone. So yeah, I couldn't even have visitors. The only visitors I could have was the foster family that I was in at the time. Like, I couldn't have friends. I couldn't have, which I didn't really have friends at the time. But I did have a few. I couldn't have like any outside people outside of my foster family or my caseworker up there to visit me. So that's another thing that makes it hard, because it's like, how do you expect somebody to keep going when the people that they have, you're not allowing to push them? They actually looked into sending me out of state to 3 different states. They tried to send me to, I think, Georgia, Florida, and California. I think those were the 3 places they were trying to send me as far as treatment. But we actually ended up finding one here where I stay. And the girls there were very fucking shitty. They would do things that I would have done, like, first starting out. And it would, like, take me back to me being, back when I first, started the whole eating disorder thing. I remember one day one of the girls was like, I'm going to go to Walmart and take a scale out and then stand on it, which that's what I used to do every single day. I mean, I'm sorry to say, y'all, but this is probably really sad because I say that I'm getting help and I'm getting treatment now, but I still do it. But that's a part of me growing. That's a part of me to keep going. Like, I know it's not something that I'm supposed to do, and I'm working on that. But I had asked her, I was like, well, can you drive me up there so I can do the same thing? And she went back and made it seem like I was the one that came up with the idea, and I'm the one that told her, like, just been like, oh, can you take me to Walmart so I can go step on the scale? But she's the one that said it first and got me in trouble because I had asked her to take me up there. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So, yeah, I got in trouble for that. So I ended up running from this place, right? And at this time, mind y'all, I'm still in foster care. Which at this time I'm 19, and they just aged me out. Like, they just took me completely out of care. Which, honestly, I can't say that I've fully gotten help for my eating disorder because of the simple fact that first month, yeah, I got help. That whole month that I was in, not the first month, but that whole month that I was in treatment at the hospital, I had to get help because I was, like, totally, like, I wouldn't say about to die, but I was close. So I would count that as a treatment. But, like, as far as getting help outside of it, no. Once I left, it was like I was getting help for a little bit. I was wanting to, do what I was supposed to do. But I wasn't doing it. I wanted to, but I wasn't. And that's sad. And then the actual inpatient, like, living place that I was in was even worse than that. And now, me and my therapist looked it up the other day, and guess what? The place is shut down. It's no longer even up. Why? I don't know. I would love to find out. But it really wasn't a place that would have helped you with your treatment. Like, there's no way I'm living in this house, right? And it's like living in like a regular home. You're not seeing a therapist. You're not seeing a psychiatrist. You're not seeing a dietitian. They say you're supposed to see all these people, but I never met not one of those. I met one therapist, and the only thing we did was intake paperwork, and that was it. We never met again after that. They had us go out and buy our own food. We weren't allowed to look at the calories. We weren't allowed to do any of that. But I'm like, y'all don't even have anyone in here watching this. Like, literally, they left us. It wasn't even a place that was like, oh, like a 24/7 watch type of place. Like, they literally had workers, but the workers were never there. The girls were just, it's like the girls owned the house. And the workers were never there. So, technically, it wasn't like a treatment place. We weren't getting treatment. We weren't getting help. And I don't know, y'all. It was crazy. But I basically just wanted to come on here and tell y'all that that's one of the things that I struggled with and that I'm still struggling with. I don't count my calories anymore. I really don't. The thing that I struggle with the most is just thinking about weight, like me gaining weight and me getting bigger than what I am now. Like, I tell myself that how I look now is good. But deep down in my mind, I tell myself, like, no, you have to lose more weight. But it's not, like, intentional, if that makes sense. I really don't know how to explain it without not making it not make sense. Without making it not make sense, basically. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm meeting with a therapist and a dietitian now. So it's not like I'm not trying, if that makes sense. I really am. Like, I wouldn't lie to y'all. Like, y'all don't know me from a can of paint. I don't know y'all from a can of paint. So it's like, I have no reason to lie to y'all. But I do want to be able to build and get to know you guys. For you guys to get to know me. That's why I'm doing this video. And I'm also doing this video because, like I said earlier, I want to prevent this from happening to anyone else. So yeah, If you need help, I will put the eating disorder hotline here. They do have an eating disorder hotline. You can talk to someone 24/7, all day, every day. If you want to talk to me, I'll always put my socials. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I look forward to making my next one. All right, bye.